Anyway, people all over now get frustrated. Yeah, them get frustrated. And when they don't tell them already, say, if they make the mask thing and the social distance thing more stringent, means say them look upon that more, they would need a figure lock down the place. Because the lockdown of the place I create the problem with the people them. You know, the people them can't take the lockdown because you know what people are street organ. Them are thrown up and down at night time and all them really. Some man now get to see him house for the first time. Yeah, him see all some pants all in him closet and him a wonder. And when him did get them pants there, I say, wifey, you did buy new pants, my man. Or you couldn't tell me. Yeah, him still look all in him dry, him see all some jack shorts are in there where him never wear yet. And him say them not new. But him not question. She started to tell him, say, yeah man, you remember say from 2 years ago you did have them jack shorts and you don't wear them again. And him believe. So some people see things for the first time in them house. Some people never ever realize the color of them wall and all them way there. So it's kind of a good thing, and then on the next level it's kind of a weird thing. Because you get people frustrated because them used to work and make money and them now make no money and now and the thing get away to them. You understand? So the frustration trip in more. You know, angry. People get angry now and the nearest person to you get aggravated with them and all them way there. You understand? Like you don't want to see them because you see them too much. Especially the people them who used to hustle on the road. Yeah, you have enough food man when they're on the road, the jerk chicken man, them and the cane man, them and the coconut vendor, them who used to go to the bus stop and which part the taxi them stop. Them can't get to do that right now. So all of that them carry home with them. You understand? And get vexed. Get vexed with the picnic, get vexed with them wife, get vexed with them dog, them cat, them puss, anybody who them forget vexed with them just get vexed with. But you need to get some deep meditation right now. This is where meditation come in, you know. This is where you have to do some serious meditation. You know, just go inside of yourself and recognize yourself who you are and know that this thing is not going to last forever. It can't last forever. I tell you that. I mean, no profit, but me I say, this will pass. Yet it will pass. And when it pass, life going to get so sweet that you're going to wonder, say, but look how the other day, me get frustrated and look at what me I do. Yeah, man, and some me look on it. And some me look on it. Me can't look on it another way. Because I go sit down in my yard and fret and worry and go like me an idiot and all them way there. No, sir. You have things to do in your yard, you do it. You understand? It's so simple. And you have things to think about where you want to do. You still think about it, you know. Don't stop think about where you want to do. Because enough things you didn't want to do before the COVID, and the COVID kind of slow it up. But when the COVID gone, you go and want to do it still. So you better prepare yourself to do what you want to do. You understand? Because as I say, it's not going to last forever. It's not the first it's happening on earth. It's not the second it's happening on earth. It's not the third it's happening on earth. And it's going to continue to happen. Yes, it's going to continue to happen. This is not the last virus going to pass with them way there. So maybe the next virus worse than that one you too. Because the one before it worse than this. Yes, the one before it worse. Millions of people dead. There must about 50 million people dead the last time a big one come that way there. So, yeah man, we just tell the people them say, look here man, I know they end this. Even though some Christian want you believe that. Some Christian want look in the Bible now for sure you say it's the end times. Every time something happens in the earth, them say it's the end times. And no time. When it ends, dead, you're dead. That is when end time come. When you dead is end time. But this place is moving according to how it's supposed to move. It's just that man adds certain things to it where the earth can't really deal with at certain time. And it just vomit, spit, cough, belch, whatsoever the earth want to do. Because the earth is a living organism. It's living. Yes, it's have female energies that when you start to treat it bad, it just do what it's supposed to do. You know, see it. So this will pass. Just that me I said, this will pass. So we just still kind of tell you about keeping yourself sane, not safe, sane. Because I can't do what I say out there, and when I read, it look like the people them I get giddy because of the whole idea of what them call restringent measures that is taken to curb the COVID. And the more the measure look like it make the people them get aware, is the more people build up conspiracies around why it is done. You understand? And it get people more frustrated. And now I realize that the conspiracy them I make people fret more and make people get fearful more. You understand? More than take the thing in them and just be cool. We don't want to say be cool nowadays because them say all the coolness to make the COVID get worse. So people are say them is doctor. Well, them not say them is doctor, but apparently everybody is doctor now. Everybody's doctor to the point to me hear people are say them not take nothing where them not knows we're in there. I mean I say I went since black people in a Jamaica nah take nothing unless them know we're in there. You know much thing them go in a supermarket go buy and them eat it and them don't know we're in there. And how much time them go a doctor go get injection and pill and them don't know we're in there. All of a sudden they are trained now, trained to say them nah take nothing unless them know we're in there. I mean I wonder if even if them know we're in there, if it gonna make any difference to them, because sometimes when you listen to all these doctors phrase them things and even the things them were in a tablet itself, and you say, but wait, we're not a tablet here, and you look on the buckle and you start to read the buckle, you don't know one hell where you read about. It's like when a doctor give a prescription and you go and you look on it, you can't even tell her where the doctor write. And nobody no ask the doctor, me nah go at this prescription if you don't know where you write, you know. I mean I say nobody know if you ask the question them, you know, but it become a political thing now when everybody, every Jackman Dora want to find out that say them nah take no tab, them nah take no this and that because them don't know where night. It's not that why them nah take it. It's because there is a what them call it, a move afoot to totally tell you say you must take it because it's a thing where conspire against you. Something conspire against you so you not take it. Well, me not tell a man say me go take it, and me not tell a man say me not go take it. You understand? But me just say a whole heap of people are saying now about them not do this and them not do that, and when the time comes, them going to do it. Yes, them going to do it. It's just so it go. So all you have to do now, is take care of yourself and the ones them around you. And we hear a whole heap of things that I personally believe say will make a difference. I personally believe say this acting make a difference. I don't know about the next man. I not follow no one for state, but I can weigh the things them. And I've seen say the hot. When I talk about hot now, I talk about sun, I talk about hot water, I talk about hot tea, hot food. Me feel say it will help. Yeah, me feel say it will help. Me not use it for tell a man say a that him for do. Because me doing that a doctor, me can't recommend nothing to nobody more than me can tell him say, well, you want to say me feel like hot water or hot tea or sunlight or hot food will help me. I don't know if it will help you, but it will help me. I mean, some people I tell people must go take this a bush, that the bush, that the bush, and them not tell you what quantity you fi take. Now I tell you, say, all right, when you're going to make the tea, put that amount of bush in the tea. 1 stalk at a time. Make sure you do that. Or if you want grate some garlic and squeeze some garlic, use two peg of the garlic or something. Nobody now tell nobody them something. Everybody that tell you say you must use turmeric, use garlic, use onion, use this and use that. And you have some man where we just put I make a big pot, a big pot of tea, and put a limb, a tree limb. So what's up, leaf, tree limb, draw out a root of ginger and just put the whole of the ginger in the pot, grate it and put it in the pot whatsoever, and boil it like a soup in my boil and a tea in my boil. Nobody's telling nobody what quantity, because it's very important. It is very important. You understand? Just like when you go to the doctor, them say, take 1 tablet 1 time a day, or take 1 tablet every 12 hours or every 8 hours. There's a reason why them say that. There is a reason why them tell you must do that. You know, see? So you can't haphazardly now go pull down an ackee tree and draw for the ackee tree limb and throw in a one pot and say, boy, you get rid of the COVID, you know. So you need to get out some this and that and draw down the tree them and put in there. And yes, you know, you feel say, yeah, you do something good. Maybe you do something bad to your system. It's like some people that drink roots. And I say, boy, the roots are going to make you vigor up and strong up and this and that. You know, you don't know what portion of what is in that roots that you're drinking. So we have to be careful. Be careful when we're talking about build up immune system. You don't build up the immune system and bust yourself. Because there must be some regulatory way to do these things. You know, see, you have to look at your pot and look, say, boy, you need 2 teaspoons of that or 3 teaspoons of that. Or you need 3 leaf, 3, what name the leaf, or 3 that kind of leaf, or 2 leaf, and you put it in the pot and boil it, bring it to boil, and then you drink it. But it can't be that you're going to take down a limb, chop down a man moringa tree, and throw it in your pot. So we just send some vibes out there and message out there to the people. Them we know everyone now into where them never usually into, which is herbs and spices and all these things, and it is good. We feel good to know that a whole heap of people wake up to that reality. But there's another side to it that we need to really think on. You know, my grandmother used to have a pot where she boiled tea in her. And she not boil tea in no other pot but that pot. You understand? And my grandmother, even my mother too, used to give me wash out when I go to school. Them even give you castor oil, or them give you one little the herbs. You know, you have a little box, a little rectangular box where the herbs used to come in her. Where when they buy the herbs, them throw it in the pot and dry it. You used to say them are dried. Means, you know, as it come to a boil, so them turn off the stove. I take it off of the stove and make it stay there and set little. Now, where me know say, when my granny give me castor oil, and she buy the castor oil at the back, she not tell me, say, put the back in my mouth and drink when I want to drink. No. She have a spoon, tablespoon, where she say, all right, she will give you 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. And she don't know doctor, you know. She don't know doctor. It's just wisdom and common sense. She give you some balm. She give you 2 tablespoons of the castor oil. And then she tell you, say, you not get no food until you go to toilet. You understand? And just so it go. You not get no food till you go to toilet. So you better go drink water. And little more you see around go to toilet all 3, 4, 5 times. And then you can't eat. Now why me I say this is to say the same thing when me just said before the advertisement them. We need to regulate. When we are talking about take bush and take bush and take bush and drink bush, we need to regulate how much bush you are putting at the teapot, and how much who you turmeric powder, how much turmeric powder you going to put to a cup of tea, how much ginger you going to put to a cup of tea, or if you're going to boil it in a pot and then put it in a thermos for drink later, because that's what my grandmother used to do too. My grandmother always have a thermos. Always have a thermos there. We keep the tea hot. Hot. Just like how you have some back, we keep the thing cold. Them reverse it now. Well, I better people are easy, But you could get a thermos. We keep things hot, Now you get a thermos, so you keep things cold. And you put it in, you put the juice in the thermos, the thing, And tomorrow when you open it, it's still cold. Well, it's like the thermos, first time thermos now. When you put the tea in the thermos, you throw the tea in the cover. That is what we used to do. For those of you who like me and listen to the program, know what me I talk about. Say, you put the tea, when you drink the tea out of the thermos, you don't go for another cup for drink the tea, You just throw off the cup, the thermos, at the top of the thermos, and you throw the tea in at the top of the thermos cover, and you drink it and that of your cup. So it regulates the amount where you want to drink. You understand? And you know, so when you did put that amount in it, so every morning you go back, you try to use the same amount to deal with it. You understand? Just like when you go to a doctor. The doctor say take 3 teaspoons of this medicine here. You know, go tell you why the medicine tastes sweet, I'm going to take 10 teaspoons. No, go so. And you know, so you don't do it neither. Because you have some medicine that tastes sweet. And it make you feel like you want to drink up the whole bottle one time. But you know, so it's a medicine, so you don't know. You follow the regulations on the bottle. But true, you don't have no doctor now to tell you nothing in your head now. You have to know where you are doing to yourself in your house. Because you may try to avoid one thing and something else lick you. Right in your house there. So I just tell the people them say, apart from doing all of those things, make sure say you know what you're doing. And when somebody tell you say, so tell me something, you tell me if you use that bush there, how much of that bush there should I use? Or when I boil it down, how much should I drink? That is where you must ask them, That is where you must ask them. No matter make them tell you about, so you can boil up this bush and that, the bush and that, the bush and that, the bush, and put in a one pot, and I boil it like you boil it out. You understand? And it's not like you boil it to boil it, You're not supposed to boil the herb them, You're supposed to, as the pot start to bubble, so you're supposed to take it off of the fire and hold it little. As a matter of fact, you're supposed to cover the pot. You're supposed to cover the pot when you make tea, And then when you take it off of the fire now, you go so bam, and make it stay there little and set. And then you drink it. That the real things them where you want out of the herbs can just come out in the water. That when you strain it now, it's just pure bush you throw away. But the value of it inside, for boil out herbs. See it? For boil out herbs like you boil food. No. My granny used to say, I remember that she said, you draw the tea. She want you draw some tea for her. She never say, she want you boil some tea for her. She say, I want you draw some tea for me. Means say, you're going to put the bush in the water, and as it start boil, so you lock off the stove, or take it off of the stove, and make it set this out. And then you strain it off and drink it. It's simple. Simple. And in that time, when we look at us, we say, but really and truly, a whole heap of people now turn doctor for themselves. But I don't know how far those doctors is reaching, or how these recommendations that people is telling people will hold them. You understand? You don't want to jump out a frying pan and jump in a fire. See, that is really that. You don't want to jump out a frying pan and jump in a fire. For the younger SM who don't know what I mean, ask your relative. Ask your great-grandmother. Don't even ask your granny nowadays because the granny them young like what. So we young granny them over the place, we don't know nothing what me I say so now. You understand? And it's a good thing to have herbs in your house. Or some tree around you where you can just pick some herbs. When I say herbs, I talk about a leaf too. Yeah, all fever grass. You know, fever grass easy to grow. Fever grass is a herb. Yes. Susumba grow wild. Not susumba, I'm not susumba. Even susumba too. That's about even not even susumba. Susumba too, but when I talk about is Cersei. Cersei, well, people not drink Cersei tea again because they say it's too bitter. But all that you have to know how much you drink. You have to know how much you drink. You can't go to draw down a whole vine at the GRO like in my yard, you know, me all amp one vine at the Cersei and dry it. You see a whole heap of it a draw out. You see a whole heap of it a draw out and you have to just wind it up like you wind up card. You understand? Kind that grow wild. You have vervine on the ground, wild vervine and all them something that will grow wild on the ground. Cowfoot leaf. Well, people know cowfoot leaf. Search me art. Yes, them leaf there. Leaf where you're supposed to look upon and say, yes, that a medicine, you know. That a medicine, almond tree leaf. A medicine, you know. Yeah, man. So we have to really select. We have to select. We have to select and know exactly what we are select. That we can get through this thing here. Yeah, we have to get through it, you know. We have to get through it, man. I mean, I say, right through the tunnel, there's a brighter light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to say, yeah, man, a whole heap of women might not there to see it, but a brighter light there. Because me I tell you, say, you have to just take solace in what I say, it's not the first the earth I go through this. And it's not the worst the earth ever got through. It's just that now, we're up now, the vaccination catch way, where them I say them want to vaccinate the majority of people on the earth for have something named herd immunity, where if you have certain amount of people get vaccination, the virus now go jump and go over to somebody else. It'll just stay there. It's like when it's exposed to air. Like when them say you cough, when you cough, the virus drop. When them say 6 feet, them assume say the virus now go further than 6 feet. That is really why them tell you 6 feet. And it can go further and if you make a big cough, but up to now I don't see nobody make no big cough, you know. It's ironical, you know. The cold season come through, I know you nobody a cough loud now again, you know. For some time you go in a certain place, man, I hear some people are cough that you say, what is? But everybody a keep down them cough or them sneezing. But the idea of having on the mask, even though we know, say, the mask is not a 100% what it's supposed to be, but we know, say, it helps to prevent the cough and what coming out of your mouth to go further than where it's supposed to go. So if you cough, what come through the mask will not travel a certain distance. And them estimated the distance is about 6 feet. So by the time it go 3 feet, it drop a ground. And by the time it drop a ground, it stay there, so, and then it's null and void. It's just a simple thing. It's just a simple thing. When you cough, or when you laugh, when you cough, when you laugh, when you sneeze, when you talk loud, like how me talk as I know, certain speckles that come out of your mouth and certain things that come out of your mouth where you don't see. You can't see it. But it come out to a distance. You know, and them estimate the distance to be 6 feet. So then by the time it reach all 3-4 feet, that drop a ground already. And the mask help it if it don't travel 6 feet. The mask help it if it don't travel 6 feet. It's just that. So when it drop on the ground, It stay there and don't move and don't go nowhere and it just gone. You understand? So there is a reason for certain things, even though people are lick against this and a lick against that and a lick against that and don't know why they are lick against that. You hear someone talk about him never born in a mass and all that. Damn foolishness. Damn foolishness. But you never born in a mass. You never born in a whole heap of things. You never born in the hurt. But you still have to go in there when you pass away. It's just simple that. A whole heap of things. There is a reason, even though it might not look real to you, I don't make no sense to you, there's a reason for it. It's just simple. And you have to just sit down and reason it out in yourself. Don't sit down and look at your iPhone and your iPad and listen to some people where I get them information from the same iPhone and iPad and then come pass it on to you like a demo said. When you don't know, so I get it from the same iPhone. You know how much time people are telling me things, I'm say, where you get that from? I'm say, what do you mean where you get that from? Because I don't really see him thing where he might tell me about. But he might go like a him come up with it. He might go like a him come up with it. And I can't tell you where me never come up with. Me never come up with the 6 feet thing, but I can't see it in myself. And I can't say why the mask would have prevent the speckles out of your mouth from travel further than where it's supposed to go. Because if you don't have on the mask and you talk to people, and if you don't have on the mask and you cough and you laugh, these things that will come out of your mouth going to travel further than if you did have it on. And as we are saying, it's not because it will prevent you from giving somebody, but it eliminates a whole heap of the problems where you have when you have on the mask. It's a simple deduction. That is why from the beginning now, people are saying, boy, Muta, boy, we never know Muta a different mass, you know, Muta sell out. Yeah, well, go on and talk about sell out. Sell out, what a sell out to? What a sell out to? When you say sell out, Muta sell out to what? Who giving me money to sell this? Nobody's giving me money to sell it. I'm using my common sense and not following. I'm sitting down and I'm saying, but wait. It makes sense. It makes sense. Why do you think people use umbrella? Them use umbrella because rain and fall. And it's not that the rain now wet you because you have an umbrella. But the chances of you getting wet totally from the rain is different from if you don't have the rain, if you don't have anything. Just like when a man have on him seat belt. Just like when a man have on him condom. A man have on him condom, him feel safer with the condom on than don't have on the condom. Why? Him can still catch AIDS, him can still catch gonorrhea when him have on the condom, you know. But the possibility of you catching it is lessened. Just simple. It's just simple. Just like the what them call it, the thing where you put on your head when you ride bike. The head thing is to prevent your head. Because most of the time when a man crash, is him head lick up. When him a riding bike, is him head lick up, boof. And then now him have all sort of problems with him head. And him pass away dead easier. Him skull crack. The helmet allow you a little leeway from not cracking up your skull. So when you lick up your head with have on the headgear, it's not that you can't dead, you know. It's just that the possibility of you dying from your head is lessened. So people tell you, say, in making the headgear something where you have to wear when you're riding a bike. No, you could have gone zigzag show and I say, oh, a fool, something that, oh, where is headgear? Watch me. Tally all over this and that level. You know how much people dead from bikes since the year start? It's like the gunman them. The bike crash them is like gunman that kill people. Yeah, man. Especially down in a Westmoreland there. It's like crashing a bike is not now. Because people are use bike for all taxi down a Westmoreland and them places. Taxi. You know, see it, and him have on him not have no head thing. And the passenger where him a carry upon the back now, and him a dolly through car, and a dolly through this, and a dolly through that to make him friend them see him. You understand? Don't have nothing upon him head. And then him a say, oh, we are rich head thing, what you talk about? Them thing that you see, them thing that feed that boy, so look some boy wear them something there. It no make it no match him where my do. It no match. But there's a reason why they make it. And there is a logical explanation to why you must wear a headgear when you're riding a motorbike. It's a logical explanation. Just like how when people used to fight against condom. You know much man me I hear about, condom, what you talk about? Roman Catholic make people know wear condom. And no people dead in Africa. Because them tell the people, them say, what part of the Bible is that one man did I go and say, I'm spilling sperm on the ground. And him say, God curse. That not say nothing to me. That not say nothing to me. I'm a hear man, long time, hear man I say, oh, fire burn condom, fire lightning for condom and all them something there. Yet Silva, right now, a man want to wear him condom, because I'm going to see all of that away. I say, wow, a long time I want to with a girl then, but guess what now? I don't know where I go on beneath the sheet. So you know, I go walk with a condom here, or a girl could have condom in her bag. And when man say condom, say, well, I mean, I do like girl then because she a prostitute, she walk with condom. But same like how you walk with your condom. Because you don't know where going to happen. Same way she walk with your condom because she don't know where going to happen neither. And a man have to look on it that way there. Why a man that walk with a condom? Because him don't know where going to happen. And if she a walk with a condom, she a whore and prostitute. She don't know where going to happen neither. So to protect herself, she give you the condom. And to protect yourself, you have your condom ready. Because she could have said the same thing about you know, walk with condom like a gyalis. But man no want wear condom. Man say, oh, me like a beer back. Beer back, you think you're Native American. Native American ride ass beer back. And so them see it. So man I look on it now like say, yes, me no condom this and no condom that you know, God never make you with no condom. A beer back me I work with. One thing happen, first one, you gonna catch a disease. The next thing, you're gonna get the woman pregnant and never expect to get her pregnant. And you're gonna do everyone see her again, but you get her a baby. And now you have a child in the earth where you don't want to look about. And that child come be a menace to society. Menace to society. So, whole heap of man now start wear condom. If time don't know what going to happen. So, then condom a what? Condom a what? Condom have to protect you from something. Something where you not see. Because you don't have no time to look. Where come in at you and come out at she, or come out at you and come out going at she. So you have to protect yourself from she. And you have to protect yourself from you. From not only baby, but also disease. So how many of you the one that fight against the condom? You should have fight against condom like how you have fight against the mask. Because a condom is a mask. But you don't use a condom on your face, you use it on your penis. You use the mask on your face, it's a similar thing going on with your face and your penis. The condom is like a penis, condom is like a mask. It is helping to prevent you from getting something that you don't want to get. And as I said before, not that you can't get it because you have on the mask. We're not idiot. We're not following nobody. People say, boy, right now, if you wear the mask, you can't get it. But that's my argument there. You can't get it if you have on the mask. But your chances is lessened. your chances, you have more chance of not getting it because you have on the mask. So that is my epistle for that. We move from the herbs and the drinking of herbs and things to the wearing of the mask and the wearing of condom and the wearing of helmet. And we can go on and on, the wearing of seat belt. You know, it's just simple, some little simple logics. The seat belt help you, prevent you from lick up your head as panel, the dashboard, the front glass. Whole heap of things, whole heap of things. That's why I'm telling you when you're going up. Yeah, I tell you why, the thing get away. The thing get away and everybody think critical. Everybody around the world not talk about. You must be a critical thinker, you know, critical which thinker. Critical thinker where you follow where certain people say. You not think. You're not thinking. You're not thinking. You know what I'm saying? So you not think. Because the same man will tell you that. The same man will tell you say, Joshua command his son to stand still. All people believe that. A whole heap of people say, nah, wear no mask. Owen believes that Joshua command his son stand still. And he must say, nah, wear no mask. You know why I'm saying, nah, wear no mask? Because I'm a critical thing, say, you breathe in carbon dioxide. And you're not supposed to breathe in carbon dioxide. Of course, nobody not supposed to breathe carbon dioxide. But I want to tell you much things you breathe in where you're not. You should have wear mask. You think of COVID make you should have wear mask. You should have wear mask because the amount of pollution. 7 million people dead every year from air pollution. 7 million people die every year from air pollution. And you know wear no mask. You should have wear mask. You should have wear mask because the amount of pollution in the air and in the atmosphere. It's crazy. It's crazy. All them cars we are driving in front of you and the coaster bus them, we have pelt out the carbon monoxide on the road. Sometimes a bus in front of you, you can't see the bus, the amount of black smoke where it give off. Nobody not talk about masks. We should have wear masks for that. We should have wear masks for that. You go in a certain place and you smell the stench of the place. And nobody not talk about wear masks for that. But them said, them now wear no mask because there's a disease that go around. You say you now wear the mask. So warm to add that disease, you should have wear mask. Nothing wrong with mask. Because you have people in other country, in Japan and China and them places. You go to Japan and the people them wear masks long before COVID. Long before COVID, them wear masks. You see, when them say lockdown, it depresses a whole heap of people when you should have take the time for stay in your yard and do certain things that you never usually do in your yard. Yes. Yeah, man. That is what you should have do. You should have stay in your yard and do things that you never usually do. Have conversation or, I don't know, anything in your yard that you never usually do. So, it's not all negative. All negative. The good can come out of it. Because you have a whole heap of people that say, if I wasn't the COVID, they wouldn't have do this, and if I wasn't the COVID, they might do that. So a whole heap of people find them potential in the midst of the druggery. Yeah, in the midst of it, a whole heap of people find certain potential where they never even know, so they it just scoop up in them. And them have to find it. Because them system find themselves in a serious position. So we just say that because it can't be that we just throw away things and give up and say, boy, this and this and this and that. Whole heap of people pass away, you know. Whole heap of people pass away. And so we don't know what tomorrow might bring or the next day. But as long as we're there, so we have to give thanks and look to the future. Nobody is guaranteed a future, but your mind and yourself is what you have, and it projects in the future. You cannot think about the future, whether or not you're going to see it or not. You have to think about the future. the future have so much things. So much things. And as we say, everyone have to look into himself in this time, yeah, and find what is it that was dormant in him consciousness that now him see, him bring out, and then use that as a milestone and a stepping stone as example to others too. Because you can use your thing to be an example to a next man thing. That's what we call motivational through action. Motivation through action, not through saying, through talking. We want to change the subject. This is a brethren. Somebody sent me this thing here. It's a brethren in a Gambia who a Rasta man, well dreadlocks up to. You can see it underneath him Tom there. Where him going to run in the election in a December in a Gambia. So when you listen to him, I do this interview, yeah.
Rasta don't come to bow, we come to conquer. A lot of people on social media did not even do any background work on me. They just dismissed me because of my appearance. So maybe, and I did say that in the press conference, maybe you should listen to what I have to say. Maybe you should dig into my background before you decide. Because if you check it, all the people that have been here before know how to dress impeccably. But the country is still frustrating most of us. So maybe what we need is somebody that is not that well dressed, but has better intentions. I have better intentions. Appearance is not everything. Don't judge the book by the cover. I'm a Gambian and I qualify to stand for president just like everybody else that is standing. And before I started, everybody was saying, well, if you're serious about being president, maybe you should consider cutting off your hair. Gambia is too conservative, they wouldn't accept the Rastaman. But it's the Rastaman or the dreadlocks that gave me all the attention. And the 17 parties are still struggling for attention. You see, there's this saying that science advances one death at a time. So if an existing scientist sits here and creates and says that, you know, X equals to Y, he will defend that until he dies, even if it's wrong. So if you know that X is not equal to Y, X is actually equal to Z, and you point it out, they will squeeze you, okay? It's the same in politics. It's human nature. People don't like to be wrong. People will defend their wrong, even when right is pointed to them. And that's why I believe in that one-term presidency. It's a way of bringing in fresh ideas all the time. Every 5 years, you have a new set of people that come and move it. I think part of Africa's problems is because these people have been there for donkey years, and they're not trying to leave. They're not trying to leave. If you've been there for more than 5 years, if you've been there for more than 10 years, you're not working for the Gambia, you're not working for your country, you're not working for Africa, you're working for yourself. Look, if you do the job properly, you shouldn't want to stay there for more than 5 years because it's not an easy job. I don't know why you would want to carry that load. If they say carry this elephant for 10 years, boy, after 5 years you want to put it down. But they all don't see it as carrying an elephant. They see it as a way of, you know, chopping the elephant. So that's the problem. If we do it properly, it's a sacrifice you're making for a set of people that you don't want to be. Look, in America, those people go gray straight away. Obama and co, they all went gray. If you're doing your work properly, you shouldn't want to be there and be the only brain in the world. No. Africa is like 1 billion people. Gambia is 2 million people. You want to tell me I'm the best that Gambia has for the next 50 years? There'll be no space for new ideas because I will think, I have the best ideas. Nobody else that has a competing idea should be allowed to see the light of day. No. So my biggest thing is the one-term presidency because when you're in, it's a different thing from when you're out. But so this is why I said I've already written my resignation. I've dated it 2026. I've written my resignation. So it's not an empty promise. It's a legal document that you can hand in to somebody to hold on to it. Even if I wanted to say, this thing is nice, I like the security and ABC. The resignation is there. Based on the things that I've seen, I support the legalization of cannabis. It takes a government and a national parliament. It's not a president alone that can come and say overnight, weed is legal. It takes a national parliament to discuss it and approve it. I said, as a nation, we should have a conversation because there's an elephant in the room and we are all ignoring it. If you go to any of these big, now our local artists, at least they're filling the stadium. If you go to the stadium for any of those shows, it's only cannabis you will smell. And the police are sitting right there. But because it's 10,000 strong, they cannot do anything. You see what I'm saying? Anybody that wants to smoke here can smoke. Okay, it's only the few that get caught that will have to now give some money to be left alone. Okay, the ones that don't, you lock them up for smoking. Now you put them in with the criminals and they'll learn how to do crime proper. You know, those things are wrong. If the UN has decriminalized it, and if the WHO is saying there might be medical benefits of cannabis, then maybe we should legalize it and start looking into things like that. Because it's hypocritical to allow alcohol and cigarettes and then say no cannabis. I've never seen anybody being arrested for buying a bottle of beer or drinking it in public. So I'm saying as a nation, we should look into that. It is profitable. People are making billions. Morocco, Uganda, they're making billions from this thing. But I'm saying this is me, Banky, based on what I have seen. I am being honest with myself. As a nation, we are hypocritical. We are like, no, you can't mention that. No, that's a no-go area for me. We are conservative. No, we're not conservative. We pretend to be conservative. And it's about time we bring the issue on the table and talk about it. Everybody put their own opinion. Let's have the truth for once, instead of what we think or what conservative Gambians think. Appearance is not everything. Don't judge the book by the cover. Rasta don't come to bow, we come to conquer.
Yes. So, as we said, this brethren we're just here will be running in the election in December in Gambia. You know, Gambia is a very small country inside of Senegal. You know, one was run by the English and one was ruled by the French. It's the same country, you know. It's the same country. When you drive from Gambia to Senegal, you don't even know when you're reaching Senegal. But that is how white people set it up. Borders and borders. Germany, German conference, Berlin conference. Them split up the whole of Africa and call this a one, that and that, the one, that and all them things. And up to this day, a whole heap of leaders still hold to the borders. Them still hold to the borders. So we know, say, it kind of cute. Yes, Ian?
Yeah, my general, good night.
Good night, sir. Blessed man.
Nice program I go on, you know?
All right, you sound bright, man.
Real one.
You sound well bright in the night, yeah.
True. But with so many things what our slave master do, African people back then in our history. Give me a couple reasons why we should have forgive them now and trust them.
Me never say, who say must forgive them and trust them? Me never say nothing like that.
Because
me have no reason to forgive them and trust them.
Okay.
Somebody say must forgive them and trust them?
Because even when time we look now, we still see slavery are going literally and people are get killed by the hands of the state. You know what I mean? Good
Of
people
course.
are refused to get medical care in a hospital and government take up issues, say, them are investigate and not come out it, you know?
You have somebody like that in your family?
It happen regular, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Where did it happen to your family?
You know what I mean? Refused from medical care in a hospital and them.
Why them refuse it? Why them refuse the medical care to the person?
No.
Something there behind you talk to, you know.
You know what I mean?
No, wait a hold on. You have to move from the radio there, you know. Turn off the radio, man.
Yeah, I hear me now.
All right, me I say no. Who for you? Them don't deal with medical care with.
You know, I have a sister that was sick, and when she went to hospital, yeah, the porter them a tell her say, and the doctor tell her say, them can't attend to her right now.
Why?
No one explain, you know. And when time them put her back into the taxi, she passed away 5 minutes
You're
after.
serious?
Yeah. And so my point is now, my general, when time we black people looking at these things and decide, say, you know, so them people I feel we not trust them, we not take nothing from them. You really blame us.
You mean the doctor? You mean you not take nothing from the doctor?
No, not from the doctor, from even people
who you talk about?
representing us.
No, wait there. You talk about your sister who go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And the doctor never see her. And you say you're not gonna trust who you not trust.
The system.
But all the system coming on your sister and the doctor now and the porter.
Because when we look, we see other things like this had happened, and other things like this had even happening now presently, and when we look, we see government take up the investigation, say them are going to investigate. Did you hear anything?
So they never investigate the death of your sister?
No.
Why you not turn off the radio, brethren?
You know what say radio turn off, doing my boss.
Eh?
Radio turn off.
No, man, the radio never turn off, man. I know you're going to turn it off.
So anyway, I say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
but you talk about the system now. I mean, think you talk about your sister and the porter and the doctor.
I know she are the topic.
I know she are the topic. Then why you bring up your sister?
Because look what happened at the university hospital.
Yeah.
Look what happened at the St. Catherine over
hospital.
St. Catherine.
Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah.
Look,
well, we not trust them, you know, but the problem is that you still go a doctor. Well, if people still go a doctor, you not trust doctor, but people still go a doctor. I not trust doctor. But I tell you, say, if my foot broke, I go drive, go to the doctor. I feel something in my belly where I can't deal with, I go a doctor.
So would you go against an individual if him say he might refuse everything from the government?
No, me not go against somebody who refuse nothing. Me not go tell nobody say he must trust government. Me not trust the government. I don't trust the government at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
That out I weird then, my general, because you see, yeah.
So it sound like me trust. So it sound like me. Hold on. It sound like
confusing sometimes. So we're glad we get that out.
No, hold on.
Respect you.
No, hold on there. What have I said for you to try to get something out of the way for proof say me not trust government or me trust government? What have I said that you feel say I trust the government?
It's like you're not with the people in terms of when people refusing to even accept the vaccine.
No, man, you can't tell me, say, me no accept. You know, hear me say me no keep on
well, our eyes have opened up now and we want to know what is in the vaccine. Yeah, we used to blind 25 years ago. No. All right,
so let me ask you now. If you know, if the doctor tell you where in the vaccine, how you gonna know where he must say? Because you have some things where
it's still not gonna be a difference.
It's not going to be a difference, so what?
Because I can't go know if I chew them at all.
Then why you want to know whether the vaccine, whether or not him chew or not, you're not going to take it. So why you want to know when there?
It is our right.
No, wait there. If him tell you where in there, you're going to take it?
Yeah.
If him tell you where in there, you're going to take it?
Yeah.
Well, you're different between me and you now. If him tell me where in there, me not take it. You know, see, me have to know for myself. When me look, you me go take and judge it. Me go take and judge it. The millions of people where them get, what happened to them? But if you tell me, because you know, you see a doctor when him give me a prescription, me don't know where I'm right, you know.
True.
So me I say, no, me nah go, no doctor can't tell me say that and that in the medicine and me go take it because I don't know what it is. When him talk to me, talking in doctor way, I don't know what it is. So I'm not going to go to him tell me where in it, me go take it. Because I don't know where him tell me. So I mean, I go look on the effect of that medicine for other people. That is no me I go decide if me to take it or not. But me now go lamb bomb say me not take it.
Well,
me don't know what way I'm down the line.
Wine there and them need to send it a portion type come to Jamaica and me could try to build it at the University of the West Indies.
The university is not going to help you do that.
Make Africa build it to same way.
Then the University of the West Indies, them people they're not interested in our way in it. Them a follow World Health Organization and them a follow CDC and them now go tell you say you see from the World Health Organization say you can't take it. The people from the university are going to say yes. Because I asked doctor already on the radio, I asked them, why do we not work out something where we carry it go up to the university and figure it out? And them not answer me because them don't get them orders from, just like the government. The government take the thing from World Health Organization, CDC and all them something there. And them hell-bent up saying, make you take it. You understand? So, me not a man with two them say, must take it, me I go take it. And my mind and my thinking have to say take it for me, take it. But me not going to tell a man say me not taking it.
The next thing to me, General, for the past few weeks now, teacher, the lockdown kept some people will never have a big job and have a big income.
All right, you hear me say about that? Me say about that now. Everybody hear me say, you know, me say, them can't do without lockdown the country. Them do have to lockdown the country, you know. All them have to do, the same protocols where them have, I tell the people, them say wear a mask and distancing and keep your hand clean and them something there. All them have to do is just plead to the people, them say, watch out, if you don't do this, it don't even need a vaccine.
True.
You know, see, but see some people thick-headed already that compared to them now do this and them now do that. And them do certain things now reach to the extreme where them are locked down the place. And it will frustrate the people them. If the people them do that say, wear the mask, like certain countries never lock down, you know. You have countries where never lock down, you know. But them do some serious thing. Them say, if them see a walk on the street without mask, them going to charge you $1,000. It's like in Canada right now, in Quebec. If them see a walk on the street without mask, $1,000 them charge you. You see, if them do that at Jamaica, people say, we're used to them eat now, they will try to kill we have. Yes. The mask, the distance, and the clean self is a good thing if you don't lock down the place. The place don't have to lock down. That is my thinking. The place don't have to lock down, but it not locking down the place depends on the people them. Not the government, the people them. The people
one
them
of
must
the
realize.
main issue where me have to, the main issue is the government of Jamaica is obviously showing that they are a puppet to foreign powers.
Yeah, but we don't see that already.
Really hurting.
Yeah, but we don't see that already. That can't hurt me now because I don't know to them a puppet already. So I know how to bob and weave around the thing. You know, see, I know to them a puppet. Anyway, we have to move on at 12 o'clock.
Rough, my general. Terrible. Big up yourself, but I tell you that say, yo, rough.
Yeah, it's rough. All right, we have to move, yeah? Yeah, we are going to the 12 o'clock vibes now, and as we are saying, Kemar down there, and we say, give thanks. Kemar at 12 o'clock.
Brothers and sisters, this is Chalice. Join us with respect for our national anthem. Let us stand and defend this one. Peace and love. Thank you. Eternal Father, bless our land. Guide us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil powers. Do our life through countless hours. To our leaders, great defenders, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth, be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love.
Cutting edge. Seeing Mutabaruka. Seeing IRFM. Seeing.
Yes, lie down bar.
Seeing. And Mr. Robbie. Seeing.
Stay tuned to RFM. Mutabaruka. Cutting edge.
Seeing.
I'm Slide Dunbar.
My man named Robbie Shakespeare.
Stay tuned to RFM Mutabaruka.
Right now, this is the cutting edge. Seeing. It's a Muta. The man rough. Him just tough. Cutting head. Sharp.
Yes, cutting edge. I can explain something here so now because it's kind of really complicated. It's complicated, at least to maybe somebody who listen out there. Look here. If you don't trust a man, if you don't trust him, what difference it make if him giving you something and you find out where in is something? You don't trust him. Simple. So you're not going to take the something from him. So it's either you're going to take it or you're not going to take it. And if him tell you, if you don't trust, all you know, say, if him tell you where in it, is that in it. Because you start out already not trusting him. So you can't go around now and go say, well, I don't trust a man there, but you have to tell me where in the vaccine. What difference it make if him tell you where in the vaccine and you don't trust him? If you don't trust him, you don't trust him. Don't make him tell you where in a nothing. You understand? Because when him tell you where in it, him could have tell you lie too, because you don't trust him. Simple. See? So that argument about want to know what is in the vaccine and you don't trust him. I don't trust them. So I now figure out where in there. I figure out what I look on and see with my eyes, what is happening around me with people who take it. That is when I look on. My understanding of what I will do or what will I not do will depend on the 100 million people where me say them gay. You understand? Right now, 100 million people them gay in America, not to mention England. About 300 million people take that already. So me have to sit down and watch where I go on. So me now go say, me don't trust him. Because me don't trust him. Me don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. You understand? So if I don't trust them, I don't business where in there. I don't business what in there. I'm not going to go ask them what in there. What in there don't make no difference to me in relationship to me trust, my trust. What it relates to is when I see the outcome of what them doing and what is happening, well, I will say yes or no. Simple. See? So we don't want to hear that conversation there again. We don't want to hear that conversation there because it kind of, yes, ill.
Muta.
Yes, blessed man.
Yes, prophet.
Well, my brethren.
Yeah.
I don't like how you keep her from me, you know.
No, so. But they listen about the bush them and the herb them. You know, before that too, one whole thing.
one time, because Mr. Malcolm was telling me the right. Remember, a couple of weeks ago, you did that talk about a movie, The Enemy Within.
Ah, yeah, that movie there, yes. The Enemy Within.
I made a try calling because them the days they couldn't get in, it was hard to get through. And me don't ask to say, if you watch the original feed, one named 7 Days in May.
No, me not hear about that one there.
It's almost the identical thing, them just do it over.
You see,
The Enemy Within, them just do it over in a modern time. But I mean that one named 7 Days in May, where Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster.
No, man, wait, the whole on there. Look here, the 7 Days in May is the older one.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the original.
Yeah, and then now the Enemy Within now is something come after that. That's why.
Yeah, but it's almost the exact words, everything, you know.
You serious?
Yeah, man.
All right, so you want to know, let me write it down in the car, you know, me's a movie buff.
Oh.
Yeah, me's a movie buff, you know, me have to write down these things, because I don't want to forget.
7 Days in May.
Yes. And what a movie about, the same thing with the Enemy
Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster, yeah, man.
But you know, she said, in America, now I go through The Enemy Within.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because you see where happening now with them attack the capital. Them have a man named Donald Trump where I give them problem. That is the Enemy Within. And now, you see a youth ram up in the way name there, one black youth, ram a car and kill one of them and them kill him.
Run down the barrier.
Yeah, so, you know, them have them Enemy Within.
Yeah, man.
As simple as
a long time.
The Ku Klux Klan is a terrorist organization where they're from a long time. All right, 7 1 now, because I just get 7.
7 Days in May.
7 Days in May. All right, I've got to look for that movie there.
Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster.
Old time movie that. If I hear Burt Lancaster call,
yeah.
if I hear about Burt Lancaster, you know, it's a long time movie that.
Yeah, man.
All right.
But you know, the herbs, them and thing. So you, much herbs, and then I give you bitters, sulfur bitters.
No, me get castor oil, me get salt, cinnamon, and yeah, herbs.
And you know, then give me cinnamon, I not nothing to me. Then give me much herb, not do nothing to me.
You need way constipated, man.
Castor oil, not do nothing. You know, then get me to move.
Wow.
I tell you, if my belly could have go Olympics, so you see both can run like off my belly that run. You see the castor oil, the nut, the castor nut.
May I tell you?
And just cut off one little skin.
May I tell you? People tell you about the castor oil nut. I tell you what, that road your belly thing.
Belly get up like, hey, because you can't, if you eat one half of nut, you know, you can't hospital, you know.
And that me I tell him a while ago, say, there is limits to these things.
Yes.
You see, you have to know exactly where you do. You can't just take up a whole heap of thing and throw in one pot and say, you're going to prevent COVID.
You see the shelling will come off of the nut. When you shell it, you go roast it and beat it and thing. You see the shell there? And that then you used to make one of the most dangerous pies in the world, the one here rising, you know. They use nice subway pie. Yeah, man, I make rising. Yes,
you mean the castor nut?
Yes.
Oh, I never know that.
You take the shell, you know, you take off and thing, then boil and do a kind of stuff, make rising tonight. And no food we eat with pies, you know. Not make full of arsenic.
Watch out. And no pies, watch out.
Arsenic.
Then you don't say susumba now. You have a strain of susumba with pies in. Me and yam susumba from me know what. I know the man come try make me stop eat susumba. You know. I stop.
Well, me cooking.
Aki supposed to pies no when you know open good and all them way there. You know, water pies no store because you can't drown the night.
Oh, but me no that you can't drink too much too.
Yeah.
Once then call it, I just find out where you're dead, running too much water in your system.
Yeah, that's why them board when them call it. When them do torture you with the water.
No, the water boarding.
Yeah.
I just cover your face with that rag and throw the water so you feel like you're down. You can't breathe.
Yeah.
You panic. The cow foot leaf for me you talk about. I want thing I grow down big broad leaf, soft like velvet.
Yeah man, soft, yeah.
Hey, me tell you about that now. Me don't know about the drinking part. But when me little bit, country, me live a bush, so so the indoor toilet after my old granny and sitting.
Yeah.
But most I speak near bush, me go on. They go a little hole and turn up
Dig a hole,
yeah. And the body toilet paper, that. It's soft and comfortable.
No.
The body toilet paper, that.
Let me tell you what we used to do now. In our bush, where we are bush now, Rasta now. We get cow foot leaf, we get search me heart, and we get leaf alive and put it in the mortar. And mortar it, And then little more, I drink that,
Oh, man.
Drink that.
And that must be cool.
We are telling you about, it look like a cow foot. It look like a cow foot. But it's soft, man. It's soft.
Yeah, man.
Very soft. I never hear about that neither. Well, you just two things you tell me now I never hear about.
So you see the syrup,
Yeah.
See the one that was dangerous because everybody drinks syrup.
Yeah.
But you see nowadays enough people, old people that take modern medicine. So you have to be careful, people. Doctor put you up a blood thinner. The top heart attack.
Yeah.
Stroke, right?
Yeah.
If you take blood thinner, you can't drink syrup.
Oh.
Syrup thin out your blood.
So all the while me that drink syrup, I chew me want to thin out my blood. When I start drinking it again.
Yeah, do that.
A long time I don't drink
it because it clean out your system and you get over pump them fires. Because we also use syrup and beard with it.
Yeah, man, we used to use syrup and beard with. And we used to like the plant, the seed thing on it. The little yellow thing on it. We used to love it.
You never eat it?
Yeah, that may I say we used to love it. We used to love it, man.
And we cook with it.
Yeah, we cook with it too.
Cook with it like the Chinese them. Yeah, man. And but you know about the love bush.
Oh, you mean, watch out, man. I know about the bush, man. You tell me know about the love bush. That used to run wild from people fence.
Yes. Then when you little bit now, you have to block off a little piece and you pan and spit pan and chew and call the girl name and if you love make it
grow. When you got
but I don't try that grow all boat.
I tell you about it. It doesn't have to have no root. It doesn't have to have the root for catch.
But that now, them woman with the hard menstruation had to work for pain in a month menstruation. That them boys you tell them how much it. Yes. It are dark blood and use.
But I mean, I tell you, we have some serious things in Jamaica where we really just disregard, Rasta. Disregard it totally, man.
I'll tell you one now. Me used to love the tea when me young, but I must the cold bush we use it for. But I in 2006, when me a big man, me have a tooth here, a hole in a teeth. Me have a tooth. And a brethren said to me, just go a weekend, no dentist. He said, no basil, man. Wild basil. Because we say wild basil.
Put it in between the gum. Put it in between the gum.
The fine leaf one. Them say, take it and crush it and rub it up till it's juicy. And then stuff it down in a hole.
In the gum? Yeah, man. Yes,
man. Put in a not a toothache. I'm not telling you, 2 years later before me go take out that teeth, and when time the dentist push the nigger straight down in a hole in God. He said, me got dead now for so I don't nurse that.
Yeah.
And 2 years later, when he push it down in them, I feel no pain. Like say it kill out the nerves totally.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All them things they will not remember, so we have them in a way that we don't remember, say, something where we used to do and get, and granny give you, your mother give you, and all them something there now. It just lasts.
Me have one little old man, the man, up in my yard. An old maroon man, man, tall and black and a man that he raised my grandfather. He helped raise my grandfather and come back and raise my mother and come back and help raise we. Plus he 8 picking them where him raised.
Yeah.
That the man, that man that not afraid of nothing. With that dopey, nothing. When me look in the bush, afraid of dopey.
Yeah.
But I'll never do have him around. He know everything and he can read and write. No more I'm saying. But he know everything and he know everything about the Bible.
I don't want to shift the subject in the talk about Maroon. I choose the brother there where them just select a swear allegiance to Queen Elizabeth. You hear anything like that?
I don't know. I did hear something like him to say something about the crown, but I don't remember what. But I don't know if he goes to allegiance. But
Okay, but
I
I
said
know,
something because I did hear a debate I go and I said, listen to me, we're on no land for no crown land no more. After 62, I know the Queen land again. So I don't know. They catch the debate late. But last thing don't I say, the COVID thing and the shots them. But I may watch it too. Because I have about four or five family members will take it already up, so. You know, and then the young thing they say when they get the shot hurt them a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
everybody say that.
Two of them get both shots, get the 2 shots already.
Oh yeah?
My mother have to go back and get one more. So you know. And all are 2 different guys. One of them are Johnson and Johnson, and the other one are the Pfizer.
Yeah.
So 2 different one we cannot watch.
Yeah, but them not say it don't make no difference. I see money. I
really, me look for it and me there, I said, me name not go take, you know. Me all enough know if me dead. I mean, nothing never take. But me know them all come with all kinds of things. Because I feel like somebody can wear the talk. That's how me feel. I don't know
well, all I will feel that way then.
Me, to my eating habits and how me go, me not really go perfect eating or nothing, but you know, me know for my system supposed to shore up enough for a long time. Cause cold and them sitting, me not catch flu. And well, them something.
Anybody that catch cold that area, you know what it is. Anybody that sees that cough, you know.
No, man.
The other day, everybody that sees that cough through the cold time come up, but I know nobody that sees that cough.
Yeah, who worry in it? I can remember when it just come out, you know, man.
Yeah, I see.
A man go sneeze one time and I watch it. And I want to sneeze up here on up and down, see people on up and down and just some big old long can of spray down them picnic and spray down it, man.
I hear say them beat up a man in a bus one time, but him go sneezing at the bus to rotted. But anyway, them things they don't know where they are now still. But I don't hear nobody has sneeze and a cough.
No,
you know, so you know, we give thanks to that. But see, the problem with when me have now with this thing, them have advertisement on the radio tell you about go take flu shot, and then them tell you about COVID. You think say me a madman for go take flu shot and COVID shot? 2 joke. No, sir, 2 joke per yard, man. But I said,
so vaccination day is done. Me had the mark for my left hand when me little bit of school.
Yeah.
Primary school and come creep up my hand with my needle.
Yeah. Well, I tell my wife, say, every sickness I little picnic have, me did have it. Every sickness. You know, me have open cough, red eye, you name it, man, me have it. Measles, mumps.
Open cough. So you get rat soup for drink.
Oh, you mean me get rat soup for drink, man? My granny give me rat soup.
Cane piece rat.
Country rat. She go and get the rat soup because she know business about them something there. And that's with old people, you know. Or them old people are different, you know, because, you know, when you tell somebody, say you drink rat soup, and them say, rat soup? If somebody cannot drink rat soup. And me remember my granny, when you have cold in your nose, she hold your nose and put it in her mouth and draw out the cold with her mouth, you know.
Yeah, if you do it baby like that, yes. Nowadays, they get one little bulbs, you know, you just push it down and make it suck you out.
Yeah.
But sometimes you still have to do it.
Granny was something else, man.
But do it one of my daughter.
Dry it out your mouth.
Yeah. Yes. One of my daughter, when we have a bad at the poor thing, couldn't breathe.
People vex when you tell them something there. They say, yeah, man, them not see nothing wrong with it, you know.
You don't think about you when you're doing a muta?
No. You pick me. You pick me. Are you ready to,
you think about it at all. I see enough people nowadays that go and pick them, pick enough walk out of the door. I say, man, I don't open up the I can go eat all day and cockroach.
You got catch cold in your foot.
Yeah, that's why I'm out here, man. Yeah. So you build up immunity. Because while you play out there, and so then get one go touch of the something on it.
If cold was to catch in her foot, me would have 40 years with a cold I love
Hey, but you should have barefoot thing, the motor. To a country, me go up, some used to go up and down barefoot.
Everybody tell me that. Everybody tell me that.
School when me young. And when me left, you know, country, And now I have to buy some shoes now because I start go a carnival now, so I have to wear shoes. And the most uncomfortable thing to me, man.
When I put on shoes.
Jesus and crime is man I walk. And the first day I go down there, I go play field, me fling down shoes and get up barefoot around. And then, no. I have to run, go back up and down and put on shoes.
Yeah, man, it's cold in your foot. Uncomfortable
but
thing,
anyway,
you know.
I could give somebody else a chance. And
Yeah,
now,
man,
you know,
Irish.
I'm going to yell up like tomorrow or so because I give so false information. And nothing big still, but I call some name to you over there and I rang last name. I to say, look, hotel thing where you did at the hotel and the name there. And I rang. But me tell about you, I call you.
All right, give thanks, Bridget, give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I want to tell the people them say a little more we're going to have. You know, there's a problem in Ghana, you know, where them not allow, a certain school not allow dreadlocks in the school, and it's a big issue in Ghana. So we're going to talk to my brethren as well in Ghana, supposed to. And we're going to talk to Betty Delphas in Tanzania. Betty Delphas left here 11 years ago and now reside and develop herself into a, what you call a representative for Jamaica in Tanzania. So we're going to talk to she, suppose, we're going to talk to a doctor from down Montego Bay who I use a very unorthodox way to really deal with the COVID. A medical doctor, unorthodox way to deal with the COVID. So we're going to talk to him too. Yes.
Greetings, what are you doing?
I'm there, man.
Hey, man, we always enjoy the program. Hey, look here. You see that thing that you mentioned a while ago about the dreadlocks thing in Ghana?
Yeah.
When we observe it, you know, so we in these farmer colonized plantation, a parallel paradigm we live in, you know. Then the same thing we experience in Jamaica with our young
yeah, well, Ghana did get colonized too, you know. You have to know, say, a whole part of them African country there really deeply colonized still. So they carry the same little mentality like these little puppet up here, so.
Yeah, man, and the same challenges that we experience, man.
Yeah, man. All over, Bridget, all over. You know, see, the Christian thing hold all Africa there. The Christian thing grab Africa now, you know. Meanwhile, white people are Lego Africa in Europe and I move on, and the Eastern people, them, we in Africa, you know, hold on and it tighter than them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know, I yesterday, me and one of my virgin attack, you know, and me I share with him a story regarding the Romans them when them claim to them a conquer the world. But them normally take away your little boys and girls, them, especially the little boys them, and carry them back, go grow them the Roman ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and you know, when them grow up, you know, they don't remember where they come from. They don't remember because
them think them are Roman. Them think them are Roman.
Yeah, them think them are Roman. So that happened to all Africans, them know.
Yeah. Guadeloupe come like a little French colony still, you know. Most of the French them absorb the colonized into them idea of being French, you know. So a whole heap of people in Guadeloupe and Martinique actually see themselves as French. You understand? Yeah. So that is really something else that a black man look at and say, Miss French.
Yeah, them francophone.
Yeah, in the Britain way, you know, them not observe you as no Englishman. You know, you continue to say you're Englishman, you're British, but them don't want you say that. You know?
Are we alone no accept our true origin in a motor?
Yeah. Everybody else accept for them thing. We don't accept it. Hard, man, it's rough. It's rough, brethren, it's rough. I tell you.
Another thing, when we see today, see our article there, when I cut it from over so come give me to a CDC advise Americans finna come to Jamaica because of the COVID spike.
Yeah, them did that say, but we stop some people from coming. You know, the Prime Minister say anybody will come from Brazil and next country, even if I'm a Jamaican, them not allow them in the country. You never hear that news there?
Yeah, me hear that story about me there hear like say the Jamaicans them know would have to quarantine.
No. If them come from you hear them say Brazil have about 40 different strain of guanis on, you know. In not only the England strain and the South African strain. You know. They must say there's about 40 different strain in Brazil. So them have, I think it's Peru, yeah. Them say Peru,
Okay.
And them say Brazil and the next South American country. Any Jamaican we down at them country there right now, them have to stay there. Them can't come back to Jamaica, them not allow them at the country. Let them say. So, the thing get away.
Get away for two cars. You know what, even this vaccine thing, the other bridging them talk about it. You see I think the COVID vaccine, they come from midday news today. What them say the scientists them would discover, because the Columbus experience where the blood clotting after you take the vaccine.
Yeah, you get a blood clot.
Yeah, within 2 weeks or so you can get serious blood clotting and so they don't know to what extent it going to affect anybody.
But they're Jamaica, the one that them bring that one that they're Jamaica, England, Yeah, man, the same vaccine when they talk about cause the blood clot, that's all. They are AstraZeneca, whatsoever what them call it. India supposed to deal with it, make it.
Another one day them did ban one day, man. Another one day.
Yeah, them stop use it, but them after a while when them check out, them say them start use it again. But I think Germany right now are all off again on it, until further testing go on. So that is really where I go on there. So. But according to them, it seems like the other one, them, it's usable, so we don't know. Me don't know.
Well, we have to go see what go on, because I don't know our puppetry, our government, them know what go on for them. Because me don't understand, say Jamaican is not owned by the people, but really the people them where we indebted to. You know what I mean? So anything they tell we have to do, it basically a go on. You know, because
Jamaica is you know what I'm saying, the American country in America, in the Caribbean. Well, Jamaica is America's country in the Caribbean.
Well, me have a limbo with that, because see what happen now. Me think Jamaica can easily become a Republic of China too.
Yeah, but them not going to become the Republic of China. America not going to allow that. America not going to allow that. And with the nearer to America than China, with a 1 hour and 18 minutes to reach Miami on a plane, a 2 day take you to reach China. You travel from here, so you land in America, you land in Kuala Lumpur, from Kuala Lumpur, you land in this. It take you a little while to reach long the source. So that's a far distance thing,
Yeah, that's true. This a puppet government. I mean, I understand them. Yeah, you see a little thing what they come. Even here on Running Africa Sunday morning with Kabu. This brother make mention. I see some picture of it on social media too with some bun and cheese.
Where they put them picture up on the bun and cheese. Yeah. And them no want address it,
A joke about that.
No, man, tomorrow we're going to deal with that. We don't want to deal with that just now because we have a long program with that tomorrow. Because
man,
it's the most disgusting thing I have ever seen politicians do. It's worse than the $10,000 when them upper people for take vaccine. Worse.
The elder them take the vaccine.
Worse. It's worse.
Yeah, man.
They've gone to the dog. They've gone to the drunk for them. The government gone to drunk or Rasta when them tell you when me see what them do this so with them picture and green bun jacket and
savage kind of
terrible thing that terrible thing, man. And that's how it reach. And that's how it reach, brethren. And that's how it reach.
I just say want to talk about me call you tomorrow and talk to you about that stepping razor. Because even this broker thing where my swing with some joking thing them.
Yeah, criminal activity. You don't know what it called. You don't know where the brogard come from. You just have to use it.
You know me here, you mentioned, and that's something I talk about all the time with my Empress too. Where this Clark's thing where I wear and sitting. I say, Japan as a Prime Minister, I say, if you show you how backward would be, because, and this is not me promoting Ramesh wear or anything like that. But me just look on Ramesh wear as a Jamaican brand. The man where him do him thing and him step out, them have a little thing a go on. Why not we want Ramesh wear and make Ramesh thing buzz?
Because that is not connected. Because Ramesh wear not connected to the bad man them and the people them.
You understand?
The hardcore man them who call themselves Brogard and Montego Bay And the cloth booty is something where certain people wear for show off. So, well, boy, right, them can afford a cloth. So, you have to connect with bad man. A bad man, you might try connect with, you know. I don't really just, a man who wear clocks, you might connect with, you know. You might try connect with a bad man like him, a bro God, you know, like, yeah, you know.
You see the mindset, because the Romish thing moving that are more employment for Jamaicans, you know, from a Jamaican employer, you know.
Yeah, you have a Romish there now, you have a tan there now.
Me?
Yeah, you have a Romish for you there now.
No, me not Romish for me now, but me definitely go and get one.
Then, they are promoting up on the radio, free of cost.
No, but me not say though. Me draft it as reference for me like the argument that
but you still talk about it after about I know much money for that advertisement, but you just give them a while ago.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I have to go link up in the shop.
All right, we're going to move. We're going to move, Virgin. Yeah?
All right. Yeah, may I listen with a quote from Marcus Garvey.
Go on.
We want the people to hear this. Progress is the attraction that moves humanity. And we think we need to get ourselves in that idea that we need to think about how we can continue to develop ourselves from which part we're there.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Good argument. All the while. Yes,
Yeah.
Blessed man, Dingo, you the man.
Good. Yeah, man. Good flow with the show. And, you know, where we Africans in Jamaica have to know is that we have to fight to own and control Jamaica for our benefit and not to be terrified and deal with fear about whether not Chinese or racists in the USA and them think they like say we can self-determine and thing. You know what I mean? That Marcus Garvey and other ancestors. You know, we have to fight to own and control Jamaica.
Yeah.
Because we're not in nobody's backyard. Nobody, no coward thing. When you are coward, you are in slavery or you remain in slavery. Jamaica must be owned and controlled by us, the Africans of Jamaica. Simple. And no fear, no fool. Fear. The people who fearful of people who sell out one another and then think that. You know what I mean? Marcus Garvey and others, you know, we have to be real soldiers. And addressing this thing with people we're stranded in Jamaica who live in Britain, who not able to come because after them buy them return tickets and trying to return to Britain where them live, find that them can't afford this COVID testing, which they never knew about when they bought them tickets.
Well, that's the same thing in Canada. When you left, you know, you have to have $1,000.
Yes, it's dreadful.
Canadian have to pay for hotel and
people buy them return tickets, Muta.
Terrible.
You know? And when them reach at the airport, as you know, the policyholders they are out of Mobile, we find say them can't think because them have to have tests. And it's the British Boris Johnson regime where I demand this, you know.
Yeah, but the Canadian them have it too, you know. The Canadian them have it, them say the Canadian dollar is to pay your hotel and wait name the quarantine you and then pay for the examination.
So it's the same procedure. And again, and these are innocent people who, when they bought the tickets and things, spend up their money when them in Jamaica, as you know about them business and things, and then get stranded. No, man. So, something has to be done about that, man.
Yeah, what we are going to do? What we are going to do about it? Tell me what we are going to do.
Well, we have to do some brainstorming. Because
no, what is the brainstorm?
We know the problem.
Yeah, but tell me what can we do? Not just brainstorming. What we can do?
Yes, no. One of the things what we have to do is this kind of publicity there to highlight the problem. Because if you don't highlight the problem, because we need to recruit people to come on board to support other means of pressure to apply. And we have to apply the pressure in Britain and in Canada where the problem exists. You know, where them.
When you say pressure, when you say pressure, what you mean? When you say pressure, what you mean? In Canada and England, when you say pressure, what you mean? What we are going to do? What is the pressure we are going to apply in England and Canada?
In terms of lobbying, to politicians who are elected by the people, where that is concerned. That is one means. There's also in terms of people demonstration.
Yeah, but demonstration, watch out.
By the airports and things.
Demonstration now going to make them change their mind, brethren. Demonstration now going to make them change their mind. If the demonstration take the form that if these people can't travel, nobody else can travel, they have to go take it. So how you going to do it for make nobody else can travel? What you going to do for make nobody else not travel? You're going to lay down in front of the plane at the airport? Well, mass protests using certain methods. Yes, why? No, but what is the certain method that may I ask you? But it come to that, you know what? So that's why I ask you what we are going to do. Because right now, people can't go back. People have to get $1,000 or whatsoever. So no, it happen now. So what we are going to do now? We're not talking about go sit down and plan for the next year for you, because by the next year that done where we done them now do that again. So what we're going to do now? No, that's what I'm saying right now. What I'm saying right now. We would have to take drastic mass people action. Like what? Like what? Like what? What we're going to do at the airport? What we're going to do at the airport? All right. Well, suppose, for example, roads are blocked. Yeah. So that there can be no vehicles either going in or coming out. In other words, unless you deal with these people, nothing else can go on. Nothing else can go on. But you see, when situation serious, it calls for serious action, for remedy. Yeah. Because it is really, really dreadful what these people undergoing, and them have them families and others in Canada and in Britain, and so we're suffering as a result of them thing there. I mean, it's not the people them fault and thing, and we can't just leave them just like that. You know what I mean? And of course, this program, like other programs should do too, should also continue with this highlighting of the problem and don't make it go off the radar screen. You know what I mean? But one of the things is that if people don't keep it into focus, things just go on the way that it go on. You know what I mean? We have to directly engage. For too lot of people engage in things where not positively beneficial. I mean, I hear you're going to deal with this thing later with the bunting, with the GLP logo, and I agree with you. It's totally repulsive and disgusting. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, and I know you're going to deal with it fully, man, but it show you the disdain in which them hold the majority of our people. You know what I mean? Belly lick. Them will offer $10,000 to take vaccine that are there to people over 60. Yes, but I just said this one here, what's yeah, terrible. Not even worse. What's of course. It's sickening, man. And you see the thing about Clarks with the bad man thing, with Andrew Onis and thing, is one thing me agree with, is that he's supposed to be wearing things made by Jamaicans to promote the Jamaican economy. Clarks is promoting the English economy. Well, that will bring up, and you will up now since him do that now. Clarks who make it now say, them are going to use some dancehall artists to promote them Clarks. And that is because of him. Artists promote up them things from long time. Yeah, but when I say him make them go do it, him to show how why the thing is now, that him lift up him foot with that Clarks on it. And all the while the youth them wear Clarks. And wait name the Clarks never come and say they are going to make some ad and use Jamaican and do it. But because him take it up now. See that him cause it, him cause them to come out now, to come say them over use. True, by doing that, by promoting them. Yeah, he endorse Clarks by putting it on his foot.
Yes, and promote it, yes.
And now them come now and I say, well, you know, the Prime Minister wear Clarks, you know, and maybe we should have come down to Jamaica and use some dance hall artists and promote the Clarks. All you get is that some little dance hall artists will get some money and fight. And them are going to sell millions more Clarks. And who will get it? Anybody, who will get no tide? Not we. Not we.
Is a very classic company in England I go get out of
yes, yes, of course.
When he should have been wearing something to promote the Jamaican economy, which would help Jamaican people. I totally agree.
But that's what them stay.
Totally agree.
That's what them stay.
But you see, it shows the mentality, you know, that you're not respecting and promoting your own countries, your own people's thing. You do it for the foreigner. It's that slave mentality.
No, watch out. He never wait the whole on there.
He's seriously in problem with the mental slavery.
Yeah, but wait there. Him never do it for the foreigner, you know. Him do it for connect with the people them down here.
With the so-called bad man them.
Wear Clarks. That is where my do. It's not him never do it for the foreigner. It's the foreigner them recognize that they can make some more money and fight now. Because him put it on him foot. You know what I'm saying?
True. But Muta, I agree with you. I agree with you totally. That him never do it directly, intentionally for Clarks, you know. But the effect is that it's Clarks it benefit. What I'm saying is that if him did have a Marcus Garvey mentality.
No, me don't say that already, you know. Me don't say that already, you know, say. If him did put on a local thing, we are local man. Yeah, you just come up and mention a brother a while ago. A local thing, we are local man though. And then now people see him with it. When I say, boy, right now the Prime Minister wear, you know, a design from such a the Prime Minister wear, they may get one too. But him never do that because his mind not dead so. Him have a slave mentality, his mind not dead so.
Him mind not, yes, him have a foreign mind.
Yes, official foreign mind.
Yeah, like the Junior Reid youth, foreign mind. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anyway, I take the time signal I saw. At 1 o'clock, on the dot. Anything there for way, DJ? No, there. All right, so we'll just go and talk. All right, yeah.
Muta.
Yeah, man, I hear.
Yeah. You say Jack Scorpio, Black Scorpio there. Him have a youth, 17-year-old youth from Sydney, Spanish Town named Kevin Clark. I tell you, watch out for the youth there.
Okay.
You know, because it shows the reggae music is alive and well, man.
Him have any music yet? Him have any music yet?
Yes, during the Girl Your Mind. Jack sent it to me last night. You know what I mean?
Jack now send me no music, Rasta.
Girl Your Mind.
It's so far you there England and you get tuned from Jack Scorpio, but it not send none to me. We don't write down here so we play it.
No, but listen. Me and Jack are hygiene from a tall.
No, that have nothing to do with the promotion I'm tune. Wait there, that have nothing to do with the promotion I'm tune. But they write down, I me show you the foreign thing.
But you know why I do that?
Why?
Other than me and him are bridging from a time. In terms of music thing, I always promote things where him do and them things over the years. And so him know me have my radio shows and write and them things there.
So me have no radio show. Me have no radio show. So me have no radio show.
Yes.
Okay.
No, okay. I never said you would
jealous, me jealous. I'm jealous, me jealous.
Me know I'm jealous, you're
jealous.
But listen.
You can't declare England and get tune. And just copy, I just wrote it so I mean I get the tune. A joke business, joke. Joke.
All right, remember
just
the
copy away I did.
Let me tell you about, you know.
Eh?
Right? Remember the Lee Rice, it was there where
they may not play it, they may not play it regular, man. My fan, I talk about him more long time. They may not play them tune there. The man them prefer give some foreign people like you them song, but we local people don't have to know.
No foreign, you know. No foreign thing, you know. Jamaica, my born and grew and that.
But I don't Jamaica there. Watch out.
Or a 1 penny. No change. No change. You can't go around that, you know, Muta. It's African from Jamaica. Anywhere in the world we need there, you know. Anywhere in the world we need there.
I run up promote, man. I run up promote.
You see, I represent.
I run up promote. We just say that.
Me not run up my mouth. It's a fact.
No, me say I run up my mouth, man. And me say I run up my mouth.
Me know, man.
I know you and me, I run up my mouth.
From Kingston, technical days, that's how we go on and things, you know. And then we are there, you know. Free. But you see, in a Guadeloupe, where you're not talking about and Martinique,
the French thing,
you know, while the French say that the Africans in them place say them is French, you know the ironic thing is that them still treat them in a racist way.
Of course. Oh, I mean, to them say them are French, that means say them are French.
As much as them say them are French, they want to tell them that.
Yeah, they might absorb you into them.
Treatment is still racist.
Still racist, of course. Yeah, man, definitely. We have no illusions about that. Yeah. At the Guadeloupe and them have delusion about it. At the Guadeloupe and them have delusion about it. Them really believe that them are French. And they attack them go like, them are French. And if you see them in France,
but between
them behave like
them
France.
Them go on like that. Yeah, but listen, them only go on like that to me and you, some of me and you know. But them admit because them feel the racist treatment both in Guadeloupe and Martinique. And when them go France, you know.
Yeah.
Them get the racist treatment, you know. And you know, so them did have some pesticide thing where them in a use, I think, a Guadeloupe also. You didn't know about it too, man. With the crops, them, we are giving people them cancer.
Cancer, yes.
I use Roundup. Spray with some pesticides.
Roundup. Yeah, man.
Yes, serious thing. You know what I mean? You know? But we as Africans of Jamaica, have to know that Jamaica is ours. We know in nobody backyard and we must own.
And we no squatter.
Because as Marcus Garvey said, power the only argument to satisfy man or woman.
Man, yes. Only power. Yes.
Nothing else. No prayers and no petitions and nothing, you know.
Yes.
And it's either you decide to fight and be a soldier to be independent.
That's why I ask you, if them say, when them don't know, now accept this and now accept that you have to have money, what we are going to do? That's why I ask you that question. Because if we do have no power.
And said it.
We do have no power.
So, but as we outline, in terms of direct action to shut down things, civil disobedience, if certain things not change, and it has to be international. So the pressure applied both here and there. You know what I mean? So that it's coordinated. Because that's how our enemies work, you know. They work across borders against we, you know. So we have to work across borders against them. Which is why Marcus Garvey, UNI and ESL organization was universal. You know what I mean? Because we can't deal with our enemies just on a country by country basis. It has to be worldwide. Because our enemies operate worldwide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You
Give thanks, man. Give thanks.
Definitely.
You know, tell me we are going in England, though, you know. Tell me about nothing we are going in England all the way yesterday, you know.
No, I can tell you we are going. Boris Johnson is proposing that 400, that for people who want to travel now, in addition to them airfare, them have to go pay £420 each.
Yeah.
For the COVID test, you know.
Yeah, but that means I tell you, say so Canada Institute one.
That means, yes,
me just tell you, say Canada in
£420 each, you know.
Yeah, but wait there. That means I tell you, say Canada, I say, you have to have 1,000 Canadian dollar for travel. Separate from your plane fare, you have to have 1,000 Canadian dollar. That's what I must say.
While Paris has said £420 at least here, so yeah. So it's the same type of thing. But so you know effectively what that means is only the rich or the wealthy will be able to travel if you allow that to go through.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
and the airline owners themselves are afraid. And the airline owners themselves are afraid because a few wealthy passengers can't make it economical for any airline. You know that too.
Yeah, but you see, Jamaica now, if them want to go, them going to find that
you need the quantity, you know, Muta. You know that too. You need the quantity of passengers, you know.
Yeah.
People just alone in a first class can't make a thing, you know. You need the majority which is in the economy class to make it feasible economically.
Yeah, but you want to know, Mandingo. You could have said that, you know, but you see, Jamaican people, you see, if them want to reach, them go and go find the £400. I don't know how them find it, but them usually find it. It's so them stay. Them could have bought at $400, what them talk about, and a little more, them find a way to get that. I tell you, that's how we stay.
Yeah, but Muta, honestly, you know too. A lot of them will still not be able to find it. Some will find it by the hook or the crook. But some still not going to find it. The number is going to be drastically reduced, man.
That's why I ask you what we're going to do. What we're going to do. That's why I ask, you know, what we're going to do about it. What we going to do about them saying you have to have £400 for travel, separate from your plane fare, to deal with COVID tests and hotel and all them something there. What are we going to do? Because I can't tell you, so you know.
Well, as I said, there have to be some form of coordinated mass civil disobedience thing where that is concerned. Because talking is good, but it has to be accompanied by them kind of action that them actually feel it, that nothing can happen unless them think they change or reverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have to come to the point that you have to do what you have to do to get your rights and things. Because this thing here is also a threat to our personal liberty in terms of freedom of movement, you know.
Yeah. Them not care about that.
In terms of freedom of movement, you know, because this thing about so-called vaccine, passport, and that type of thing. Like in England, Boris Johnson come with that thing about if you want to go in a pub, which we call bar in a Jamaica, or in a hotel or so, you have to have a vaccine passport. So that is start. If people allow that, and enough people realize that none of that, it's a slippery slope towards a total police state. That means say you have to have a vaccination card to go anywhere, because from them say you have to use it to go 1 and 2 places. Then just extend it to other areas too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
can you imagine? You have your money and you want to go in a bar to go or in a restaurant and you have to have a vaccination thing for sure. No. What about people who don't want to have vaccination? Right? I mean, some people who are vaccinated, my thing on it, who want to be vaccinated, that is their right.
Well,
but it is also the right of those who don't want to be vaccinated, not to be vaccinated.
Let me say too.
It's an individual choice.
We have
but
to move,
saying, people should not be forced and compelled.
Definitely not.
To have no vaccination card.
I go around the corner and say them now. Them say them now make it mandatory, but them do some things to make you have to get it.
I lie them a tell. Muta me and you know I lie them a tell. Them start off like say them now make it mandatory, but
round the corner. Them go round the corner.
Me and you know, yes.
Yeah.
And then we tell you say we told they go last 2 months or 3 months. Then you hear, something come up and we're gonna extend it. The real long-term aim is to have it permanently. And is that we are bringing in national ID, you know, which people have resisted. The vast majority of people have resisted national ID in Britain, the States, and in Jamaica and things. But this is a way to use the coronavirus, the fear factor, to bring that in through the back door. So we have to be vigilant.
We have to move, though.
And if people like me and you have to find this out to our people. See?
Yeah, we have to move. All right?
All right. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, man. Good thanks.
Blessed love.
Yes.